India's opening game in the title defense of the T20 World Cup, and it's been done and dusted, and rather easily, actually, all things considered. India winning by 29 runs against the United States of America in the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. USA won the toss, put India into bat. Thought India was in a bit of trouble. Power play not very good. Halfway mark also not very good. Thought they were about 20 runs below par. But in the end, the bowling unit just too strong. 3 wickets for Siraj, 2 for Arshdeep, 2 for Akshar Patel. They just kept tightening the screws on the US, and they just never looked like they were in the chase, to be honest, and falling short by 29 runs, and India taking an easy 2 points. A bit of a hiccup with the batting, but in the end taking those 2 points. I'm Gaurav Kapur, with me Dinesh Karthik and Ajinkya Rahane. Fair to say that it's a hiccup, could have been a bigger hiccup, maybe a cough, chronic illness, but it stopped at just the hiccup.
I think India did phenomenally well with the ball. Surya Kumar did what he did with the bat, took India to a decent place, and then the bowlers just showed why they are rated so highly. It wasn't the toughest of pitches to bat, neither was it too easy, but the bowlers actually made it look way better than what it was.
And I think, Ajju, is it fair to say for USA, this game will go down as haath aaya par muh na laga? Right? Because it was so close. They could have smelt it, I'm sure, after the power play when they were bowling at the 10-over mark. Surya's catch, if they would have caught that when he was at such a low score, it could have, would have, maybe, I don't know. But they will go back from this game thinking that they had more than just a slight chance, and they kind of botched it.
Absolutely, yes. I think even after 20 overs, 160 chasing down at Wankhede, it's pretty much easy. That's why we spoke about good power play in the batting. When you're chasing 160, I think having good power play matters a lot. 60, 70, 1 wicket or 2 wicket. And after those 14 overs becomes really easy for you. But I feel Indian team will be happy after that initial hiccup in the batting order. But after that, the way Indian bowlers bowled, 3 overs from Arshdeep, 3 overs from Siraj in the power play was amazing.
Yeah, and I love that. We were talking about that old school bowling from India. You're not being cute, not rotating too many bowlers. You're not seeing 5 bowlers in the power play. You only saw the 2, Arshdeep from one end, Siraj from the other end. As soon as that finished, the next 4 overs were Varun from one end, Akshar from the other end. So it was very old school kind of. But you see, it's effective, right? If it's effective, why try to be extra cute when you don't need to be?
True, I think Surya kept it very simple, bowled the pacers in the power play, spinners till the 10th over, then brought Hardik for the 11th over, which actually was the first expensive over, so to say, went for 13, I think. But the fact is that Surya has had a great day as a leader and more so as a batter. We've seen him blossom into form in the New Zealand bilateral series, but today he's shown why he is rated as one of the top batters in this format for some time now. He just absorbed pressure beautifully at the start and then put it back on America when he got the chance. And with the ball, I think the bowlers were clinical, is the word that I would like to use. They went about it in a very professional manner, didn't give anything easy. But overall, they'd be very happy with the bowling.
To add what DK said about Surya Kumar Yadav, as a captain, it becomes really important. A captain who's a batter, especially, getting runs under his belt is really important. After that, everything becomes really easy. On the field, he was very spot on with his bowling changes, kept things really simple. Just 2 bowlers in the power play, Arshdeep and Siraj, and then 2 spinners. So I thought that batting confidence helps a lot being a captain.
For sure. And I mean, when you do a knock effectively, that's more than 50% of your team's score. It was a rescue act. It was a consolidation act. He was pretty much all in one. He reminded me of, have you seen Amar Akbar Anthony? Of course you have, Ajinkya. Amar Akbar Anthony, in the end, Vinod Khanna comes as the one-man band, right? Today, Surya with the batting was like the one-man band, and band baja di usne USA ki, especially in those last 2 overs. Now, how important are those 2 overs, which go for, 21 and 12? I think so. Was 33 is what Surya got in the last 2 overs. That's the game changer, because India at that time looked like they might finish below 150. Below 150, psychologically, how much in a T20 game does that affect an opposition like USA to bundle India out for less than 150?
150 still would have been very good. For USA to have a strong chance, I feel they needed India under 130. And why I say that is because India bowled in such a way that once they knew that the target was too less, they were trying a couple of things when they bowled overs. But if there was 130, they would have again reacted accordingly. when the game is slightly further out, you think differently. But when it is within touching distance, that's when you need to know how to handle that pressure. USA never had that, probably only at the start. And then as they kept batting, they were always reaching for the target. They were hoping for that big over. But with 130, you almost feel that you're in the game throughout. So that's a different kind of pressure. I'm not big on hypotheticals. I still believe India have the caliber, the experience, but most importantly, the know-how as to what it takes to win in Wankhede. So I will back them to do anything in Wankhede, for that matter, in most places in India. So I believe 160, 150 would have still been good enough for India.
It's such a good point that you say that USA wasn't really in the game in the second half, so you can't feel whether they had any pressure or they felt that they were close. But the first half of the game was a different story because they were really in the game, and that's why I say they'll think that just that one dropped Surya catch. What was he on that time? I think he was like 12-15 or something. It was at the end of the 10th over. So I think he was about 20 or so. He's gone on to score 84. So he's changed the game completely. But even then, at that time, not being able to, destroy the wickets on the other end or whatever, they will think that, yes, we were close, but we couldn't close it out.
They will definitely think about that catch. Dropping Surya's catch is in any game is really important. The kind of form he is in, the dangerous T's format, he belongs, like he dominates, completely he dominates. So I think they will definitely talk and discuss about this catch. But again, let's give credit to their bowlers. They bowled really well. They'll be really happy with their bowling unit. How they bowled, especially coming here, bowling at Wankhede, it's never easy. It's beautiful wicket to bat. Bounce and the pace is even. So I think they'll be really happy with the bowling unit. But I think batters, they need to just talk. They'll be unhappy, obviously, with the defeat. But there's things they can learn. The intent, especially in the batting in this tournament, will be really important.
I just feel it's a crazy day in this World Cup. Netherlands were within touching distance. They probably had the best chance today and they floundered it. One bad over, the 19th one, game over.
Against Pakistan. In the
Scotland,
first game.
180, they actually had batted well. They ended up losing by 35-40 runs as well. They could have done definitely a lot more damage to West Indies. USA were in a very strong position. At the end of 9-10 overs, you would look at it and go, wow, USA can actually pull it off if they really put their minds to it. It also tells you the experience and caliber of the teams that have been playing international cricket for some time, Pakistan, West Indies, India. That comes through at some point. You need to be able to put pressure and consistently be at it for 40 overs. Otherwise, it's not going to be easy to roll over good opponents.
Yeah, great point. And that's the thing, right? The bowling unit, India's bowling unit at this point, when you see the overall unit, when you see form, when you see variety, when you see experience, when you see the mix, the product mix as they call it, this is definitely the best. I'm not biased. This is factually the best bowling team in the competition.
By far, I think the combination which we have in our bowling setup is amazing. You see the varieties, Akshar, Hardik, Varun. So there's no Bumrah. Mohammad Siraj got an opportunity and Arshdeep. We spoke about Arshdeep Singh many times. So I think the variety which we got in the bowling attack is amazing. And any good team, any good batting team will actually think about and talk about Indian bowling setup.
Yeah, and not one, like when you see all other teams, you'll have 2 good bowlers, 3 good bowlers, right? You feel 1 or 2, they can be targeted. They could be leaky ships. Not so here. Like there's no evidently leaky ships. Anyone can have a bad day, but you can't go in planning saying this one's the leaky ship. We can juice this one, which you must have done against a lot of opponents, I'm sure.
It's not by chance that they have been number 1 in the world for some time in this format. It's by design. It's the way they have set up that team. And credit to Gautam Gambhir and the selectors and the rest of the players who have formed this formidable team. In 2024, we have won the World Cup. And then we have never looked back. Almost every bilateral, we have decimated opponents. And we've been a very strong T20 unit. And that is showing because they have put up a team which is very confident. They all know their roles. And there's variety. There's variety in bowling. It almost feels like as an opponent or as an opponent batter, if you come and do well against India, you can tell yourself that you've done very well. It's not that easy. You have the variety of a left-arm pacer, Bumrah with that awkwardness, Varun with his mystery, Akshar Patel is quality as a left-arm spinner, just the consistency. And then you have Hardik who bowls well, top and tail, who is very versatile. And then on your worst day, Shivam Dube can come and do you some damage as well. So there is enough and more to contend with if you're batting against India.
Yeah, and these kind of days with India's batting today with a little hiccup, this is not going to happen every day. I guarantee you this is probably not going to happen again in this World Cup. This Indian batting has not had days like this. We haven't seen it. So I'm quite happy that it's out of the way on day one.
Yeah, even on a bad day, I feel getting to 160, just effort of Surya Kumar Yadav, 84 runs is amazing. That shows, that tells you that this team is a quality team.
I mean, with Surya as well, I mean, you think about, and this is what we were talking about, let's say Sanju, we were talking about other players where you go, you know the potential of a player, so you can carry them. When a team is really good, and we've discussed this on previous shows as well, DK, that when a team is really good, and in this kind of road roller form almost, you can afford to carry one or two players who are not in form because you never need all 11, because that's how well the team is doing. And I think Surya was that player for a lot of T20 games. He was not getting those runs. But when he gets them, when he's in form, when he's confident, this is what he can do.
Absolutely, and that's the reason why they backed him. They gave him the leadership role. And yes, as a leader, he probably didn't do as well as we are used to seeing. It's a fact that he dominated this format prior to being the captain, and he just lost a bit of form. Like he said, he was still batting well, but he just didn't get the runs. But he's shown why he is so well rated and why he trusted his skills as well. He came in, at no point did he look fussed about it. He came in, took some time, they were bowling well, they were obviously on top, understood that, absorbed pressure. But the moment he decided he needed to flick a switch, he did it wonderfully well. And he's always a very hard batter to bowl to the point where I'll say he can be annoying actually, because he's going to hit balls in areas where you definitely don't have a fielder, and he'll make you look silly. And he'll play tough shots and make it look easy. I mean, the number of times he fell over while playing a shot today tells you what sort of positions he gets into. And still, if it is not there, just using his hands, I think batting in that society of his growing up, he had some awkward pockets to hit the ball, and he's got into such comfort doing it consistently that it comes to him in a very organic way.
It's just the advantages of congested Mumbai real estate, right? There's no space for kids to play. So you innovate.
So it's difficult. I mean, I had no idea about this, Surya Kumar Yadav in his society, about his playing all the shots.
Yeah.
But I saw him batting. I saw him practicing different shots, various angles. He saw him getting hit on his head, on his chest while practicing. So it's all about, practice. It's all about the preparation, and he's been doing that consistently.
Yeah, this is a day that the USA team will remember. They'll kind of have mixed feelings. Also, they had two bowlers who went off the field injured, so that's a concern for them as well, because otherwise the team's looking decent. Their bowling definitely was looking more than decent. When you look down that bowling card, you'll see that Ali bowled really well. Saurabh Netravalkar had a bad day today. That's also not going to happen every day. So he'll contribute as well. It was a decent day for them in terms of their bowlers. Mohammad Mohsin bowled his 4 overs. Mohsin bowled his 4 overs for 16, which is a great day for any bowler to have. Harmeet picked up 2 wickets. So I think that's the concern for them. I mean, you saw Shubham come out. So he is fine. But with Ali also, they'll be...
I hope Ali is okay, but Shubham was struggling while running. So, USA team will be hoping that Shubham gets fit because he can bowl and bat. Ali, the lead fast bowler, I hope he's okay as well. So I think the injury concern in this tournament is really important from the USA point of view.
Yeah, and it's obviously if the USA have players injured, it's it's not like they can go into any other team and just pick up a player and bring him. Because anyway, let's have a look at the points table and see what has happened. Did you get that? Did you get what I was saying?
You got I know where you're going with that.
Yeah, we all got it. We all understand. We need another player. We just go get him. All right, so there's 2 points. I want to talk about the previous game as well, because the India game had started and we were, West Indies and Scotland. That was an exciting game as well. Let's talk about that, because Scotland has come into this World Cup 2 weeks before in Bangladesh's place. They were expecting to chill at a pub down the street and watch this game, and suddenly they're playing it. And West Indies batting first, got 282. They had a slow start as well, but they recovered from that thanks to Shemron Hetmeyer, who had a brilliant 64. There was some runs from Sherfin Rutherford as well. High impact at a 200 strike rate. And for Scotland, they in the end fell short by 35 runs, but the high points there. The Shepherd got himself a hat-trick. Picked up 5 wickets. Jason Holder showed his experience. At the end of the day, they'll be happy with how well their bowlers did as well.
Yeah, West Indies, they'll be really happy. We spoke about their bowling, a little bit of inexperience apart from Jason Holder, but I think they'll be really happy the way Hetmeyer batted, the way he constructed his inning. So, taking on the left-arm spinner was amazing. But getting 5 wickets in T20 with a hat trick, it's a dream for any bowler.
Yeah. Yeah, a hat trick in a World Cup. It's
Yeah.
not too shabby. I'll take it.
Quality person off the field as well. Romario Shepherd, just a very gentle giant, always with a smile on his face, hard-working, comes from a working-class place in Guyana, really supports a lot of his cricketers that come from his village, so to say, from his island. But in the end, what I liked about Romario Shepherd is his bowling sometimes is underrated. He is someone who could go for runs, but always has this uncanny knack of picking up wickets. And today we saw he picked up 4 and 5 balls, which tells you that he knows what it takes to pick up wickets in T20 level. Bowled a nice over in the power play as well. So he's a very, very important cog in the wheel for West Indies. If he gets going with the bat and the ball, it'll be a very useful team person. He'll be a very useful asset to have for West Indies moving forward in this tournament. But I do feel Shimron Hetmyer got a little lucky today. He played some high-risk cricket at the start. Easily could have gotten out to one of those shots. A couple of the balls just fell in no man's land. But it was his innings that gave them the impetus and eventually propelled them to a score which was quite good.
He's with you this season, right? You guys
Hetmyer
picked
is
him
with
up?
Rajasthan.
No,
Romario. Yeah.
So Romario's with you.
Correct.
Was
Romario
he,
is with me.
Was he with you last season?
Yeah.
Last season he was with you.
He had a 50 of 12 or 14 balls against CSK.
That's the one, yes.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, there's so many changes happen, big auction, small auction, it's all merged in my head sometimes. So he's been with you now. Oh, the big auction was a year and a half ago.
And we wish that he's there with us for a couple more years at least because he's solid.
Yeah, he's really solid.
He picks up some good wickets. He's a good cricketer to have.
So you've obviously broken bread with him, spent time with him.
Yes.
Top guy.
Lovely guy, very hardworking, very innocent in many ways. You know, when you sit down and practice with him, it's quite cute how he's willing to absorb information and he's really willing to try whatever you're saying and he'll give you honest feedback. No man, it doesn't suit me, man. He'll say, no, this is very good, man. I really like it. How did you think about this? So just very nice interacting with him, very open person, and didn't start the tournament for us because we had Livingston. But when he got his opportunity, man, he made a massive impact from the time he came into the team.
Yeah.
Generally, all the West Indians I found are very, very easygoing, very, very good guys, very good people, very helpful in nature. So whatever I saw in KKR as well and other teams, so very helpful, very easygoing, very lazy though. Off the field, but I think
Sheppy is definitely not lazy. Is not a word you'll associate with him.
Yeah.
Hardworking, strong, fit, and he gives his life in every practice session. He's a proper all-rounder, bowls and bats, and definitely lazy is not a word I'd associate with him.
That's great, but I love what he said because remember, Aju, we had a long discussion about this. What you said that if you discuss an idea with him, he's okay to say, no, this doesn't suit me. Because we spoke about that once where Aju said that sometimes in Indian cricket especially, a player is told, okay, you have to do this, and the player can't really speak back. You're not allowed to. You said it's attitude problem stuff. So I like that they have open communication. So credit to DK as well, I guess. Yeah. As coaching staff?
It's more from the player, isn't it? As a coach, you provide them options. But it's also important for you to receive feedback as to what works and what doesn't. So you can always curate information the next time around which will suit him. And you also have the comfort knowing that he's not going to be saying okay to everything. I'd rather have somebody who comes and tell me, DK, you know what, this is not working for me. I'm happier doing this. Or you know what, this is not working. Can you think of something else? I'd much rather have that than somebody saying, ha, and then go say, hey, this guy is a silly fellow. He's telling you all the wrong things.
creating that atmosphere in the team environment is really important. Having that open conversation and okay to listen no from a player. I feel that's really important.
I mean, the power of no is very important. I think no is a very underused word in the cricketing ecosystem by players, but it is a useful and a strong way of communicating. You feel it's okay to say no. Yeah. That is the first. We're not brought up that way though.
Yes. I agree. You have to say no when it's relevant. You can't say no when it's not relevant. I say yes to your no.
I wanted to finish the show early. You said no. So see, that's the power.
I'll say yes now. Thank you for watching. No, we have some time. Okay, cool. See our new table. It's a new table. And now see the points table also. The 2 new tables here today. The points table is another one. Here it is. The Group A Super 12. India with the 2 points. Pakistan with the 2 points. Namibia, of course, India is playing Namibia next. That's going to be in a few days from now. And then, hopefully, on the 15th, India will also be playing a game. But we're not looking that far ahead. It's still a week ahead. All right, we got 2 games happening tomorrow as well, the first weekend of the World Cup. So double headers back to back. Mumbai, the same stadium, will see England versus Nepal. And then in Colombo, Sri Lanka will play their first game. That is versus Ireland.
I'll tell you somebody who's working much harder than us,
Yes.
GK, the graphics team.
Yeah,
Every series they come up with a new graphic, highly impressive.
that's true. But these days, they're just filters. The Instagram generation, they do it very, very quickly. It's not
Don't
hard
undermine
work.
their work,
It
please.
takes 2 minutes.
As it is, AI are killing all these creative jobs.
2 minutes. I'm telling you, my next World Cup will take 30 seconds. Then there won't be a person there also. We just replace him with a hologram.
Bana do ek.
Now, but let's have a look at the England team. The England team, of course, busy. I saw them play a game of paddle yesterday. They were, well, but that's the thing about them, man. They're a confident team. They're a team that can destroy. They're a team that know a thing or two about winning in this format, winning the World Cup in this format. And when you look down that team, you check a lot of boxes, right? You check boxes with pace, with spin. I mean, Adil Rashid is just gets wickets, just basically just gets the job done. Batters, hitters again from top to bottom. It's quite a contender team, which a lot of people are not rating as highly as they should, I feel, this World Cup.
That's a dangerous team, man. You know, when you see that team,
Yeah.
it's amazing. You spoke about Adil Rashid. I think I've seen Adil has been the best leg spinner in a wide ball. Whatever he has bowled, he's done in the last 2-3 years. I think he's been really great. A wicket taker. Talk about batting, they got everything there in the setup. So I think this is a great team and a dangerous team in this tournament.
Yeah, and a consistent team when it comes to the World Cup. I mean, they constantly make the
Semi-finals.
top 4, yeah.
I think semi-finals at times is a
4 times?
It's not a result that they'll be
4
too
in a
happy
row.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They won 22, I agree. I feel they're a good team, very powerful with the bat, but I think bowling is a massive challenge for them. They're heavily reliant on 2 bowlers, Jofra Archer and Adil Rashid. If they don't come good, then their weaknesses in their bowling attack could be exposed, because obviously Sam Curran is a gun cricketer, but he's not the bowler that you're going to completely be dependent on. For example, like a Jofra Archer. Jamie Overton is just obviously new into international cricket. Then you have Rehan Ahmed, Liam Dawson. I do feel bowling is the bigger worry for them. Batting-wise, they're as good as any team playing this tournament.
Actually, that is a good point, because we were talking about how a good bowling attack is where you don't feel any kind of leak, any leaky ships. He's right that Jofra and Adil Rashid are the bowlers that you're planning against, right? Otherwise, Josh Tongue, inexperienced in this format, not that experienced in these conditions. So I think DK does have a point. While those players look really good and they're great players, you're talking about a combination of bowlers and the fact that this format in these conditions.
See, having good bowling team, bowling attack is really important for any international game. I think we spoke about bowling team wins you championship. You can't, every time depend on Jofra Archer or Adil Rashid. Other bowlers, they'll have to contribute in their success. Batting can get you runs, but I think the bowling team wins you the big games, the crunch situation. So I think having that bowling setup in bowling attack in team, that's a little worry, but I don't think there'll be too much thinking about that. They got all-rounders which will play a big part in this tournament.
They got some good all-rounders, no doubt. Will Jack, Jamie Overton, Sam Curran, Rehan Ahmed, Liam Dawson can
That
bat.
list is full.
Yeah, they got a lot of good all-rounders.
It's a solid long list of all-rounders that they have. And you need them in T20 cricket. So, yeah, we'll see the first look of them tomorrow. That's going to be in Mumbai. They're playing against the team from Nepal. We'll have a look at that. There'll be obviously a lot of names that you're not very familiar with. Perhaps a few that you are familiar with. There's one name there, Sandeep Lamishane. Have seen him before in the IPL. So, he's a familiar name. Their captain, Rohit Paudel, have seen him as well. So, that's a familiar name. Any other Karan Casey? Seen him. So, there's a few familiar names there.
Dipendra got fastest 50.
Sorry?
Dipendra Iyer got fastest 50.
In 9 balls?
9 balls 50.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, against Mongolia, no, I mean, with due respect.
But 9 ball 50 is 9 ball 50.
9 for 50 is a 9 for 50.
Yeah.
But
Nepal is a very interesting team. I think it's, along with Afghanistan, like how Afghanistan have grown over the years in the last decade, Nepal could beat that team because they play some good cricket. They're well supported and they had a very good Premier League, which again gave them a lot of new cricketers, which we will be seeing in the near future. But they're one of the stronger associate nations. They have done really well for themselves in associate cricket for some time now. Well coached by Monty Desai, who has now moved on from there.
Yeah.
But again, a team which has good talent. They play pretty tight-knit, well-oiled unit. But they've always, I can't say always, they did struggle in the previous World Cup. Now, not World Cup, Asia Cup that they played. It'll be interesting to see how they rock up and play this tournament. Not going to be easy. Their captain, again, experienced. They've had the same set of players for some time now. They will have their challenges against England. But again, a team that I feel is on an upward curve.
Nice. I remember the previous World Cup came very close to South Africa. I think there was a 1 run. I think lost by 1 run eventually in the end. So came pretty close. Let's see if they can run England close tomorrow as well. Or perhaps like we saw today, we've seen 3 almost upsets. Maybe we see one tomorrow. You never know. Maybe we see it in the second game. Sri Lanka and Ireland, that's happening in Colombo. Of course, there's going to be a lot of home support for the Sri Lankan team. The Sri Lankan team been playing decent T20 cricket as well. They had a decent series. They've again got, they're heavy on the all-rounder front, right? They've got plenty of all-rounders there.
I think there'll be expectation on Sri Lanka team playing in Sri Lanka. The last 3 games for them they didn't do well against England. Lost the series 3-0. I think the pressure will be on them. It's Sri Lanka always plays really good cricket on a good wickets.
Yeah.
Turners, we have seen a lot of collapses happen in Sri Lanka with them, with their batting lineup. So I think tomorrow's game probably a very easy game for them, playing against Ireland. Not a very good team against spinners. Sri Lanka have a good spinners in their setup, so I think it will be an easy game for them, but you never know.
Do you think they get tempted in Sri Lanka because of the number of spinners they have and the variety of spinners they have? They sometimes get tempted in the bilaterals to make those turning wickets, which actually then end up double bluffing their own batters.
Yes and no. They've also won a lot of series where they've backed their spinners and they've delivered. Didn't work out against this England series, but they've been a good team. But you must admit that they're capable of a lot more. They have flattered to deceive for some time now, be it the Asia Cup, be it the Champions Trophy. They didn't play the Champions Trophy, the World Cup prior. They have had a rough time, but they've slowly but steadily just kind of putting the head above water, saying, we are there kind of a team. If you look at that team again, we saw Ishan Malinga. He's injured out of the tournament. They have replaced him with Pramod Madushan, and it's just showing right now. But what I would say about this team is Dhananjay De Silva was part of it, but Pawan Ratnayake recently came in and replaced him after they announced the squad. Again, for them, death bowling is heavily dependent on Patirana. That is again an area for them that they'll be worried about. And who are they going to play? They have Tikshana who's bowled quite nicely. They have Dunit Velalage. They have Wanindu Hasaranga. Are you going to be playing all 3 spinners? If you're going to play all 3 spinners, you have to leave your pacers out. For them, combination is the challenge. Dasun Shanaka can obviously bowl. They will play Patirana. So they have a few questions to answer. At this point of time, they wouldn't mind the game against Ireland because first up, they'd want to win a game. They've kind of lost 3 on the bounce, so they would want to win a game and slowly and steadily start from there. But if they don't make it to the semi-finals, they should be disappointed because they're playing in home conditions.
Yeah.
And it's not the toughest group that they're playing in. So they should back themselves to somehow find a way to get to semi-finals.
They're, of course, playing the Irish tomorrow. Let's have a look at the Ireland team and see if we can see some familiar names. Quite a few, actually. You see Harry Tector, you see Paul Sterling, their captain. You see Josh Little, who, of course, you've seen in the IPL. And then you have the Adair brothers, Mark and Ross, they're there. So quite a few familiar names there, boys.
Yeah, I think what I've seen about Ireland team, they can surprise any international side. At times they can play some really good cricket. We spoke about Paul Sterling, has done really well. So I think Ireland team they'll be probably looking to play against Sri Lanka and do really well. As I said, against Scotland and Netherlands, there's nothing to lose for them. Just going out there and playing with freedom. That's what is really important.
Any players to watch out for in that team for you?
Harry Tector. He's a solid player. Paul Sterling plays for Middlesex, plays a lot of his cricket in England, highly rated, very respected. With the ball, definitely Mark Adair. Swings the ball up front, quite a useful bowler. Josh Little is slightly quicker, skiddier. But I would say that, they have a team which plays tight cricket. Netherlands and Ireland are 2 teams that play associate nations quite nicely. And they have almost the same set of players. They know when you come up against these 2 teams, you can almost plan well against them, which tells you that they have the same set of players, a similar pattern of playing, and they all know what their roles are, which will show when we see them tomorrow. There is a guy called Curtis Camphor who's very good, but I don't know if he's made it to the squad. They have got good players, and they almost always, whenever India tours Ireland for the one-off T20 or a bilateral, they push India. It's not like we can steamroll them. They do pretty well against us. So I have a lot of time for Ireland, and I really wish they can win a game or two and surprise a few opponents.
Yeah, Camphor, the first name I watch out for because he's my Irish brother, na? Camphor in Hindi is Kapur. So he's my Irish brother. He's there. He's also got a hat-trick in T20 cricket, I think. Camphor has a hat-trick.
Batter, I think.
He's got a hat-trick also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, if I remember correctly.
Amazing.
He's my Irish brother, I remember. Players to watch out for. So you gave us the Irish player, give us the Sri Lankan player to watch out for.
Patirana.
Patirana, nice one.
Yeah, KKR connection.
Yeah,
Making sure his brotherhood is intact.
No, favoritism. Nepotism. All right, for England, player to watch out for England.
Phil Salt.
Phil Salt, nice.
Josh Butler. Josh Butler.
Okay, and for Nepal.
Lamichane.
Okay.
I'd go for Rohit Paudel. I think he's a good batter.
Excellent. All right, so those are our players to watch out for. We have one final piece of business this Saturday evening before we go out to a party. The Joy Factor question, which is never a party. It's a party for your brain. These are the names of three cricketers. Give us the fourth in this list. John Jameson, Madan Lal, Chris Gale, and
You know?
no idea, boss. No idea.
That list itself is confusing.
Yeah.
Madan Lal and Gale in one list itself, I don't know where to go after that.
Yeah. Show us the answer.
Something to do with all-rounders, maybe?
What is Sean Pollock? John Jameson faced the first ever ball in the 50-over World Cup from Madan Lal, while Gale bowled the first ever T20 World Cup ball from Pollock. That is a really, really bizarre, right field, cryptic question. It's almost mean, Joy. But I have one I remember. I know why I've always whenever we do cricket quizzes, just a question I remember. Who bowled the first ball of the 1987 Reliance Cup held in India? I'll give you a clue. It was a Sri Lankan bowler.
Ramesh Ratnayake.
No. You'll still not get it. Think more.
Arjuna Ranatunga.
No. Do you remember any players from there? Asanka Dimel, remember? It's not even him. It's Vinodan John.
Sounds like a Malayali producer.
Could be. Maybe he swam across and joined the team. Vinodan John folder. So this is one of those kind of questions. It's like a show-off kind of question. Joy saying, look at me, look at me. Nobody likes the show-off, Joy. Nobody. We'll tell him tomorrow to his face when he shows up here. Yeah, we'll tell him. Who's the first person who got it right? That person can definitely afford to show off. Sudeep Abhyankar. Congratulations, Sudeep.
तीसरी बात सुन रहा हूँ
ये हॉल ऑफ फेम है
ना
ये थोड़े हैं ऐसे
जॉयदा
फ्रंट बेंचर्स ऑफ
जॉयदा शायद बताते तो नहीं इनको
नहीं फ्रंट बेंचर्स ऑफ जॉयदा फ्रंट बेंचर फैंस there's some who just know he's one of them he's the new one. All right, well that's all we have time for. We're going to see you tomorrow. There is apparently some guessing game leaderboard also. I don't want to show it because none of us are on it, right? Chodo.
This is the part of the day where I just want to leave now.
I'm not going to show it only. I'm like, are we on it? Are we on it? Are any of us on it? Did we get anything right? No, we didn't. All right. So we'll see you tomorrow at 2:30. Again, double-header tomorrow. Yeah, double-header tomorrow. So we'll see you at 2:30 India Standard Time. Ajinkya has got the day off tomorrow. You're not here?
I'm not here.
Will you send us
day after?
Will you send us good wishes?
Done.
And some food from your house? You live 5 minutes away. Send us some food.
Okay, done.
Yeah? What will you send? What is the speciality of your house?
Maharashtrian food. क्या चाहिए बताओ?
But you say
क्या चाहिए बताओ?
Top 2 dishes. What do you recommend from your house?
Poha.
Okay, I like. Very nice.
This we call it matki chi usal.
What is that?
Sprouts.
Yeah.
So and then bhakri.
So sprout ki sabzi basically
yeah.
and bhakri.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds really good. I like that. DK is like, what? No meat? Trust me. This sprout sabzi and the bhakri together. You know how you were making tacos of everything today? You'll make tacos of that also. Done? So we're getting it tomorrow. चलो भाई हमारा संडे लंच हो गया सॉर्ट आप लोग अपना सब देख लेना ठीक है Big thank you to Ajinkya Rahane in advance for the food and of course for being here today. Thank you very much. Thank you Dinesh Karthik for getting off the flight and being here. It was a very long flight. I thought maybe I'll tell you to rest today because you got off a long flight, but I'm glad you came to work today. I like the commitment. We'll get him some rest and get him here nice and fresh and beaming tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Joy Bhattacharya will join us tomorrow. I'm Gaurav Kapur. Thank you so much for watching Cricbuzz Live. Good night. Party responsibly. Don't drink and drive. Bye.